I'm going to go ahead and start introducing our guest speaker, Rob Dube. I had the pleasure of hearing Rob present at the EOS conference on the main stage, and I've heard him present in a small forum like this at the Visionary Forum. Whether he's in a small group environment or a big stage, he's just one of the most authentic and approachable people that I've heard as a speaker, really inspiring. And you might recognize his name because he collaborated with Gino Wickman in Gino's book, The EOS Life, on a portion toward the back of the book on a topic he's going to share with us today. Sorry, I'm flipping all my paperwork here, but on the 10 disciplines for managing and maximizing your life. So Rob, I could go on with that introduction, but I would rather hand the virtual microphone over to you and let you tee it up further. I'm going to stop my screen share and you can jump on to the audio with me.
Okay, great. Thank you for having me. I'm so grateful and truly honored to be able to speak with each and every one of you today. Just a small bit of history. I've co-founded a company that's now 31 years old, and we were one of the first EOS clients, and we've been operating as an EOS company for 20 years or so. Very impactful in my life and, of course, in our business. I am now the visionary for the 10 disciplines for managing and maximizing your energy. And I'm excited to be here to talk to you a little bit about that today. You know, as I look out at all these faces on the screen, it's amazing every time I do it to think that these people are all over the world from what Jennifer was saying. And, you know, as I look out, I see driven people. I mean, you're all integrators and you have great responsibilities. And you're also, as Gino likes to say, as Gino Wickman likes to say, you're racehorses. You know, you're just ready to come out of the chute and make things happen on a day-to-day basis. And I also see just energy. I see balls of energy, and we are all balls of human energy. And I feel it through the screen, you know, as I look at each and every one of you. And I'll make it a certain assumption that you've got the basics of life down. First and foremost, that you have a strong work ethic. I'm imagining you do if you're an integrator and you're in a leadership position like you are, but you're also focused on some of those other basics, like doing your best to get a good night's sleep and, you know, doing your best to exercise on some regular basis and doing your best to make sure that you properly fuel your body and eat right and put the right nutrition into you so you can be your best each and every day. And assuming that you're doing that, the 10 disciplines are a good next step for you because they really help you to harness your energy. A little bit of a background. I learned these from Gino Wickman over the last 20 years. We became friends after we were a client, and I would meet with him regularly. And I'm a pretty curious person. And so when we would go out and have coffee or whatnot for 3-4 hours, I just ask him a lot of questions about his life and how he was living his life. And after I'd leave those meetings, I'd think to myself, geez, I ought to be doing that, whatever that was. As it turns out, it was many of these 10 things that I'm going to talk to you about today. And I also realized upon reflection that I really wasn't living an optimal life. I wasn't living my optimal life. I was constantly stressed out. I was always busy, always a million balls in the air, running around, not enough time for my wife, not enough time for my kids, my extended family, my friends, you know, my passions. I didn't really actually have any, to be honest with you, and myself, quite frankly. And these, as I started to integrate these in my life, they were really making an impact, and I was noticing a difference. As Jennifer said, Gino wrote this book, The EOS Life. Many of you might be familiar with it, may have it, may have read it. If you've read it, you may have noticed that in the back, there's this section, the 10 disciplines for managing and maximizing your energy. When I read that, I said to Gino, I feel like these are the things that I've been gleaning off of you over the last 20 years. What are you doing with these? And he said, I'm looking for a partner to bring them to the world. And so here I am in partnership with Gino to bring these 10 disciplines to the world. And before I jump in to what they are exactly, I really want to share, and I hope you just keep remembering this and let it go through your mind. These are fast, simple, powerful, and fully customizable to your unique self. So you fit them in the way that it makes sense for you, and all 10 might not make sense for you. So think about that as we go. And don't be fooled, by the way, because you'll hear them and you'll shake your head and go, yeah, duh. But they aren't necessarily easy to integrate in your life. And when you do, and when you are able to integrate them in your life, you will expand, focus, and manage your energy. And I promise you, your light will shine brighter, that energy that you have, that you bring to this world and to your teams. So I'll start with discipline number 1, which is 10-year thinking. And it's shifting your mind from short-term thinking to thinking in 10-year timeframes. And when you shift from this now mentality to 10-year thinking, everything begins to slow down. I mean, many of you might have heard the saying, in order to go fast, you must slow down. And when you can know that everything doesn't need to happen in this moment, in this quarter, in this year, a pressure is released and there is a peace that can come over you. And quite frankly, you'll make better decisions and you will get there faster. Now, discipline number 2 is take time off. And that's taking at least 130 days off per year and not thinking about work the entire day. So before you freak out, if any of you are, 130 days, I want to give you a little perspective. First thing is, if you take every weekend off, if you take every holiday off, and you're taking around 3 weeks of vacation, you're darn near close to 130 days. So most people could kind of wrap their mind around that. Where they get kind of struggling is this idea that I'm not going to think about work the entire day. Number 1 thing would be, you mean I can't just glance at my email? The answer is no, you can't actually. Well, what if I'm reading a business book? No, the answer is you can't read a business book. You actually have to be fully present with whatever that you're doing. And that means most likely and hopefully things that you're passionate about, like your family and your friends and your passions, or finding what those passions are, or just being with yourself. You know, you guys, as I mentioned, you're racehorses, and you've got to find time to recharge your batteries, because you will burn out. If you're not already on the verge of it, you will burn out. And this discipline is a way to avoid that. We do not want to burn out. We are not at our best when we're doing that. Now, number 3, discipline number 3 is know thyself. And that is be you 100% of the time, 24/7, 365. Be you in every single situation. And I want you to think about it maybe like this. Say you go to a conference every year and there's a cocktail party, and you're a certain person at that cocktail party. And say you go out with your friends and there's a cocktail party, and there's a certain you at that cocktail party, but they're not the same you. And what we want to encourage you to be is you 100% of the time at both the cocktail parties. Be fully who you are. And that's not an easy thing to do for many people, but you do not need to be a chameleon and fit into the environment that you're in. And to be you, you must know thyself. So I'm going to just give you something to ponder on, maybe over the weekend, and maybe jot down a few notes while you're pondering on it. And that is, who are you? Who are you truly? And imagine what will happen when you know that. You will have freed up your energy, and you will stop pretending being something that you're not. Now, discipline number 4 is be still. Sit in silence for 30 minutes every day. Again, you're racehorses, you're driven people, you are going hard each and every day, but you have to stop. You have to turn it off and let your soul catch up. Let your body and mind settle. We must do this. It is such a valuable practice. And there are many ways to do it. You can meditate, you can pray, you can contemplate, you can journal. I know a woman, she sits at her front window and there's a willow tree, and she just sits there for 30 minutes and watches the willow tree sway in the wind. whatever it is for you, find it. It will transform your life. Discipline number 5 is know your 100%. Decide on and commit to your perfect number of hours per week and weeks per year that you will deliver your craft, your value to this world. Now, this is your work container. This is the number of hours where 1 hour less, you feel like you got more to give, and 1 hour more, you're drained. So you really have to sort of figure this out, and it's going to take some time to really determine what that is for you. But once you do, protect it with everything that you can, which means starting to delegate anything that doesn't fit into that work container, anything that doesn't drive your energy and your passions. This will increase your productivity, your energy, and you will be more creative, and your teams need that from you. Your families need that from you. Okay, so discipline number 6 is say no, ... often. As a card carrying, I can't say no person, say no to everything that doesn't fit into the first 5 disciplines. There's a really wonderful quote from Warren Buffett. It goes like this: the difference between successful people and really successful people is really successful people say no to almost everything. Now think about that for a second. And a lot of us, we're really helpers. We want to say yes, 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 but here's our time to say no. We need to start setting those boundaries, because those boundaries will set us free. It will feel so good every time we say no. The next discipline is discipline number 7. Don't do $25 an hour work. Never do anything that you can pay somebody $25 an hour to do. That doesn't mean that's not important work. It is, and there are people that need to do that work and want to do that work, but that's not the work that you need to do. You need more time for your craft. You need more time to generate more energy and more time to do the things that you are passionate about. You will bring this to the world when you do that. You'll have so much more energy, I promise you. Now, discipline number 8 is prepare every night. And this is before your head hits the pillow every night. Document the next day's plan. You will sleep better. You will wake up with better ideas. You'll be more creative, and you will hit the ground running. Discipline number 9 is put everything in one place. Pick one place. You will capture every idea, commitment, thought, action item, and promise that comes to you throughout the day. Here's what's happening right now. Because you're not doing that, you are letting people down. And I know none of you want to let anybody down. So put everything in one place, captured on a legal pad, a journal, somewhere on your computer. Whatever your one place is, capture it there and keep it there. Discipline number 9, be humble. View yourself as an equal to every person on the planet. Rick Warren has a great quote: humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking of yourself less. And I know most of you are very humble people, so I could compliment you on that. But if you're not, humble is not being weak. It is strong, it is powerful. And along these lines, express gratitude every single day, every single night. Just say thank you for all my gifts. And I'm here to say thank you to each and every one of you for listening to me and allowing me the great opportunity to share these with you. Don't forget, these are fast, they are simple, they are powerful and customizable, but they are not easy. So don't take them for granted. I wish you all great success in your lives, and I wish you all much gratitude. Thank you very much for your time.